At Resight, we deliver sustainable properties to benefit communities and the environment. The investment community typically shies away from any kind of environmental contamination on site. Our job is to evaluate those risks.
It's really important to take land that might be having a negative impact on a community and turn it into something that is having a positive impact on the community.
We start with, could be a shopping mall that's abandoned, it could be vacant land, it could be a warehouse that was surplus and is in wonderful shape, but doesn't have a tenant, and everywhere in between.
Turning them into something that can be financed, can be developed, can be resold.
When we're assessing the profitability of each site, the potential use for the site is going to be a huge part of it. What can we put there? What's it going to be? What does the site want to be? So from there we can kind of plan out the future use for it, and that's how we can assess the profitability a little bit better.
These fallow sites create something of a sense of despair. There's no hope associated with that. The benefit of redeveloping them is, one, environmentally, you're cleaning up the site. You have some derivative benefits. You're not commuting 20 miles, 30 miles to work and back.
It also facilitates concentrating development in urban areas that are already impacted, as opposed to going out and taking unused land and turning it into a development. You're just reusing what's already been used in a more positive way.
So some sites we'll acquire, and it's clear that it's going to be a new residential use to fit into that residential fabric that exists there. We've had other sites where we've acquired them, they were commercial sites, and they're still commercial sites today. You employ people, crime is reduced, and you have property taxes back on the rolls. And I think more important, particularly for a lot of these communities, is you've brought that sense of hope back.
So our impact affects not only communities, but also the environment. So it's impact that not only talks the talk, but walks the walk. We're verified through B Corp, which is a third party, and also our work is verified through the EPA. We're very real and we're filled with integrity.
I love that Resight has such an impact across the whole country. My friend who lives on the other side of the country, 2,000 miles away, lives near a project site that we work on, and it's really cool to see the direct impact that it has even in her life being 2,000 miles away.
We're looking to form this new fund for a very specific purpose. We're looking to fill this financing gap that exists between the equity markets, which make many of these brownfield deals simply too expensive to do as a sponsor, and the traditional debt market that won't touch them. And in the absence of an intermediate funding exercise, these properties simply remain fallow. So our objective here in forming this fund is to address that capital need.
So we are aiming to raise $80 million for this fund. We are expecting a 12% IRR return for our investors. We have an expectation of 5 projects that we're gearing up to be invested in, and then the remainder would be placed within a conservative investment tool such as a T-bill.
Resight's making a real lasting change in communities across the country.
The team is extremely qualified, diverse in their expertise, and just really good people.
Taking what has been used, has been abused, returning it to the community, returning it to the tax rolls, creating jobs. If we can take and turn a property back to productive reuse and do so on a sustainable economic basis, we can do it on another property.